Hello, be welcome to this video, and this is a totally different video that you ever see because I'm a native and live here in Brazil over the last 35 years. And if you are thinking to come Brazil to live, to stay for a while, think like this, I'm sure you will like this video because I will tell 5 advantages, actually unfair advantages, that you see in few places in the world of living here in Brazil, of course. And I know deeply how works Brazil, the culture, the details that you don't see in other channels, okay? So I'm sure you will get a lot of value in this video, so stay with me until the end, okay? So the first advantage that I saw in few places in the world, okay, that is a very big advantage that we have here, is the diversity of climate, number one, okay? Brazil is a very large country, from north to south. There are thousands of meters, of kilometers across. So you go since the north of Brazil that pass just below the equator line and goes straight to the south where the climates are very cold, that you get far from the equator line, okay? So even if you want a beach, okay, you are tired of the cold of Europe, USA, Canada, and you want a beach with hot climate, we have here. If you want a cold, we have here too, okay? And we have a diversity of, let's say, quality of life. We have places very poor with a low quality of life, and we have really rich place with high quality of life as a first world country, okay? We have some examples in the south region of the country. In the center west region, okay, we have some cities that are first world standard, okay? So this diversity makes we find everything we want in our country, okay? That is the first advantage. There are so many countries that are small, that doesn't have all the possibilities we have here, okay? Second advantage, and this advantage I think you will like it if you make money in euros or dollars or United Kingdom coin, I don't know, forget the name, but whatever. Is Brazil is an extremely poor country, okay? And how come this is an advantage? Wait, I will explain. We have a lot of inequality here, okay? There are places, rich place, there are extremely poor place, but not bad place to live, okay? I will give you an example. Here where I live, Fortaleza, I would say it's not bad to live here. It's a very poor city in the northeast Brazil, but we have beach here, we have a hot climate, we don't have coldness here, we have a lot of violence here, of course, but there are ways that you can avoid this violence. But in general, it's a very cheap place to live, okay? For you to have a notion, I live in a high luxury condominium, okay, with gym, with swimming pool, with a lot of things in the condominium, and I pay $500 for a month. Yes, it's extremely cheap when you think in dollars. An apartment, it's 47 square meters, 2 bedrooms. It's enough to 2 persons to live, $500 a month. Okay, so here in Fortaleza we have this disadvantage, but there are a lot of advantages. Okay, so there are plenty of places like this in Brazil that has a good quality of life, relatively, and it's very cheap, very cheap. The rents here are cheap. In São Paulo, it's not cheap. The rent is very expensive. In the main capitals of Brazil, the rent is very expensive, okay? But there are plenty of hot beach places, very safe places. When you go to the countryside here in Ceará, that is the state I live, you find a lot of beaches that are very safe, okay? And we have a good quality of life. Okay, so if you like until this point, don't forget to tap the like button. Now let's go to the third advantage, very unfair advantage. This advantage, I think you will be surprised, but maybe not, because you've already heard about it. That is, Brazil is a very good country to get a wife. Yes. To get a wife. Why? Maybe you know that feminism is a plague that is spreading in all of the world. In the first world country, we have this plague of feminism disturbing women's mind, and they are absolutely crazy all over the world. Oh no, very rebel, very violent woman. And you know what is the leftism, okay? If you live in Europe, in USA, in Canada, okay, you may know what I'm talking about. That's why so many Italians come to Fortaleza to get wives. And women here loves an international visa, okay? They would love to live in Canada, in USA, in Europe, okay? So the fact you have a visa, it's a very high advantage for you. And why you would be interested in getting married with a Brazilian woman? Well, because here in Brazil, unfortunately, the leftism plague is very old. The feminism plague here has already spread in the country, but not so advanced as in first world countries. So we have a lot of conservative women, very feminine woman, okay, that likes as the old woman, okay, the traditional woman, let me say like this, that is even more difficult to find in developed places. But here in Brazil, yes, we have a lot of feminists here too, unfortunately, but we have a lot of conservative women here, and I think it's not me that I'm not saying like I'm getting from nothing this idea, because the gringos tell me this, okay? A lot of gringos come here to get a wife and bring them to Italy, to Europe, and women would love to live in a first world country. And they like the women from here because they are, as I said here in this topic, okay? So let's go to the number 4, okay? By the way, you have put your like already? I'm waiting, okay? And subscribe for more tips. Number 4, if you want to open a business here in Brazil, I have a good and a bad advice, good and bad news for you, okay? The good news is Brazil has low competition business. Yes, why? And why this happened? Because Brazil does not incentivize the entrepreneurship. Here in Brazil, there is this possibility of working to the government and getting stability. What stability? You can't be fired, never in your life, okay? So this attracts a lot of people. So the dream of a lot of people is studying for work for the government. You have to make a test, work for the government. The best minds in Brazil, the more qualified minds in Brazil are in this moment studying to work for the government. They are not producing. They are not trying to open a business, generate job. They are stacked 4 years studying for work for the government. And people here in Brazil have needs, okay? They need to buy something, okay? Every human being needs business. okay? So this create, and the bureaucracy, the laws, there are a lot of dangers to open a business that exists only in Brazil. So if you wanna know all these dangers before opening a business in Brazil, any kind of business, watch my other videos that I talk about the details, but whatever. Brazil has a low competition. So if you come here in Brazil with this advanced mentality from first world country, putting a business with architecture, aesthetics, very good business really, and you go to a small city or a big city, whatever, you have a lot of possibilities to make money, okay? The possibilities are high of making money and losing money too. Brazil has this opportunity to make high returns, and need to be like this because Brazil is a risky place, okay? So the possibilities here have to be, the profit margins are higher, okay? And all the profit margin, all the return on the investments are higher because the risks here are higher too, okay? So if you wanna come to Brazil, you will have a low competition here. At the 5, this opportunity, if you stay until this point of the video, I'm sure this will be a high advantage for you. If you make money in euros, dollars, or whatever. High degree serves here, number 5. High degree serves are extremely, insanely, brutally cheap. Okay, yes. Why? Let me give an example. Dentists. Okay, if you look for an excellent dentist here, you will find even better than in first world country dentists here. Okay, because Brazil concentrates the higher number of dentists in the world. Okay, if you take all the dentists in the world and put in a box, Brazil will have more dentists alone than every part of the world. And it's not only dentists. Every imaginable high degree service here are extremely cheap. Why? Because Brazil is a populist country, a socialist country. And people have a high demand for something like, oh, I don't have a high degree, please government help me. So government go there and give for free for everybody. So everybody has a high degree here, okay? So the high degree doesn't worth anything for anybody. That's bad for who works with as a high degree service, but it's very good for those who come from outside Brazil that make in dollars, in euros. You will pay a dental service, for example, extremely cheap, okay? It's like 5 times cheaper than in USA, and you will get a 5 times better dentist than USA, okay? So don't spend your money in USA, Europe, save your money, come to Brazil to make your teeth, okay? It will worth it. So I think in this video, I gave you a lot of value. All I am asking is your subscription, number 1, and your like, and your comment. If you have some question, any question, put in the comment, I will answer. Thank you a lot for watching, and see you.